Good morning, everyone, and welcome to News Extra. And today we're talking a little bit about an annual event that we have coming up, Hoops for Heroes, which is put on by Leadership Scottsbluff. And I have a couple of the members of the current class, the 30th. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And I have Audrey Murphy with me, as well as Brandy Bruns. Thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
And, of course, this event is coming up shortly. It's got a little bit of time before we get into it, but tell us a little bit about this year's Hoops for Heroes.
We do have some time. It is coming up on Friday, March 22nd. It will begin at 5 p.m. that evening, and as usual, it's going to be held at the Gering Civic Center.
And it's become an annual tradition. How many years has this been going on, do you recall, off the top of your head? It's been quite a while that this has been taking place.
Yeah, I know it's been multiple years. I'm not sure how many exactly, but leadership has been putting it on for several years in a row.
For quite a while.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, of course, this is an annual fundraiser, not specifically for Leadership Scottsbluff, but it generates funds for organizations that you designate to benefit each year. And what are those organizations this year?
This year, our class decided to go with Scottsbluff Gering Soup Kitchens, Festival of Hope, and Disability Rights of Nebraska.
So what's the process of determining which three that you kind of go through? Because I know it's got to be difficult. There's so many good causes that are out there. It has to be difficult to whittle it all down to three. It really does.
Yeah, so what we did is basically everyone in the class threw up a bunch of organizations on a board, and we just kind of voted. We tried to keep in mind how many people they serve and how each organization serves, and then also making sure that all those funds stay local.
Yeah, and then that's something that we've seen in years past. I know that last year we had approximately, $32,000 that was raised
I
through
believe
Hoops
so,
for Heroes.
yes.
And it was United Way of Western Nebraska, Life Change Connection, and Riverside Discovery Center for the Bear Brothers Project, as I recall. If that was it.
We will also be partnering with Life Change Connection again this year.
Of course.
That partnership does bring in the cornhole tournament. So if that's something that you are excited and passionate about, we are excited to have you come play some cornhole.
I have to admit that I have not. Well, I can't say that. It's not that I haven't played it. I just haven't played a lot of it. You know, I was never very good at the toss across games. So,
Right.
Cornhole's pretty close to it on my end of things as far as abilities are concerned. So what's it like putting together an event like this? I'm sure that there's still some moving parts that have to be done and put together, correct?
Yes. So one thing that we are actually currently on the hunt for right now is if you'd like to be a sponsorship of this event. We currently have 3 different sponsorship availables. We have the gold level, which is for $1,000 or more. Silver would be for $500, and then our bronze sponsorship is for $250 of sponsorship. Along with those sponsorships, you do receive tickets to the events at different levels and some other perks to go along with that. And of course, along with your advertising for your business, and your logos will be included. So we would be happy to partner with some businesses or organizations or just individuals out there who might be, again, passionate about some of our benefactors just like we are.
And how does somebody go ahead and get in touch with you to take part in that?
They can contact either Audrey or I, anybody they know in the current Leadership Scottsbluff class, or the Chamber of Commerce will get anyone in touch with who they need to go to. And I'd also like to add that we're looking for silent auction items as well. So if any smaller businesses want to throw together a gift basket or a couple of big ticket items, we'd gladly take it and try and raise some money that way as well.
Okay. We're going to take a break and come back on News Extra, and we'll talk a little bit more about Hoops for Heroes coming up a little bit later this year. We'll be right back. And we're back on News Extra, and my guests today are Brandy Bruns and Audrey Murphy. They are members of the 30th class for Leadership Scottsbluff. And of course, we're talking about Hoops for Heroes, which is coming up on the 22nd of March, a little bit away. But I suppose that's probably a good thing, because you have to put the event together. I mean, actually put it together and organize everything. How has that been going, and what else needs to be out there before we get to the event itself?
Well, our class is pushing really hard right now. I'm sure many businesses in town have heard from someone in our class. We're trying to raise money to benefit the organizations that we chose this year. So we're out hitting the streets. We're contacting all the businesses in town, as well as doing this today, trying to get the word out that we'd like to make a dent in all of these organizations and help them out financially.
Of course, one of the big things in that is the sponsorships, and as you said, there is a silent auction this year. Is the silent auction something that's new this year, or is that?
I think they've done it a couple years.
It's been done a couple of years in the past. Okay, let's talk a little bit about leadership, Scottsbluff, in and of itself. This is a program that is meant to help foster and develop leaders for the community, and then to go out and help lead various efforts. What type of things have you been learning during this class that that you've been taking part in?
I think it's just really eye-opening about the community in general. We have 28 members approximately in our class right now, and I think it's just been part of my takeaway is just meeting some new people. We have a lot of new people to the community, so I think it's really interesting to always see their take on it versus, like, Brandy and I are both from the area, so we have a different perception other than these new folks and seeing some of theirs. We have some people that are very new to the ag economy and hadn't known anything about the ag economy, so we had a really cute moment in one of our sessions that a gentleman finally asked towards the end of the session, can somebody explain to me what a bushel is? Because you keep acting like I know how much a bushel of something is, and I don't know what a bushel is. So just some of those learning moments and learning about our community that, having been born and raised here, I think we're really proud of it, and we obviously have reasons to stay here, but I think seeing a newcomer's perspective is even cooler because they have a different reason for coming and a different reason for staying here.
Yeah.
So I've enjoyed that part of just seeing through their eyes, our community.
Sure.
Going along with the born and raised here, I thought I knew what our community had to offer, and every single session, my mind is just blown away of the new information that I'm gathering and different resources that are out there that, if you have a friend or family member or someone through your job that you come in contact with, you can refer them to. So I've learned tons every single session.
So you basically become an ambassador, if you will, for the area, as well as an agent of change, if you will, coming up with ideas of different things to make Scottsbluff and Gering a much more pleasant place to work and live.
Absolutely,
as time
yes.
goes on. Let's go ahead and circle back to the event we have coming up. Of course, the big push right now is for sponsors, as we had said. Explain again how somebody who's interested in doing that can take part.
They can contact either Audrey or I, and then also the chamber office will get you in touch with any one of the members of the class. If you know a member that's in this current class, contact them. The easiest way would probably be contact the chamber, and they can route you to one of us.
And of course, even though we're looking for sponsors and of course silent auction items as well, which I'm sure the same thing is true if somebody has items or services they're willing to offer for the silent auction. The same thing is true as far as getting a hold of the chamber or one of the members of the class. Tickets are on sale right now, even as we speak.
Yes, individual tickets are available. They are $30 a person. Also, if you're planning to participate in the cornhole tournament, you do need to buy a separate ticket for our event, as well as their registration for the cornhole tournament through through
Life Change
Connection. Tickets are available. We have 3 different outlets. They are available at Platte Valley Bank on Circle Drive, right behind the mall. They're available at Platte Valley Bank in Gering, so if you're on the south side there, you can grab them. And then also at First State Bank on 20th and Broadway.
And again, make a pitch for the organizations that we're going to be benefiting this year.
Yeah, this year our class decided to go with the Scottsbluff Gering Soup Kitchens, Festival of Hope, and Disability of Rights Nebraska. And as always, all those monies stay local.
And of course, Life Change Connection as well,
yes.
Benefiting from this as well. That is Hoops for Heroes. It's coming up on March 22nd. Audrey, Brandy, thank you very much for joining us on News Extra today.
Thank you.
Scott.